Luna Nozawa was really dead. The official reports called it a tragedy, saying that it was a pointless end to a life ruined by obsession. But RJ knew deep down that all the evidence pointed to a different, uglier truth. It was all the rumors, quiet whispers in the hallways, and inconsistencies in the autopsy reports that had brought him here. And tonight he would bring that truth out into the bright light of day. Liam Spencer stood in the study, his eyes hollow and his heart broken from weeks of mourning Luna's death. He had been living in a fog of sadness and guilt since the night that gunfire echoed off the beach house's pristine walls and broke the hearts of both the Spencer and Forrester families. Bill, always the lion in winter, had tried to protect his son and convince everyone that justice had been done. But RJ was never happy. RJ's voice cracked like dry wood as he said, "Liam, you need to see this." He held a folder full of papers, pictures, and surveillance stills in his hand. Each one was a piece of a puzzle that led to the impossible. Liam looked up, cautious, with his jaw set. "What's wrong, RJ?" RJ whispered. "The Luna files. She isn't dead. Everyone has been lied to." Bill Spencer, who had been standing in the doorway, frowned. A lie? Bill had taken the case to court and made sure that witnesses spoke. How could Luna still be alive? RJ's eyes burned. "Look." He opened the first picture. It was blurry and grainy, but there was no doubt about it. Luna, her eyes wide with fear, being put into a van by men she didn't know who were wearing black masks. The second picture showed hospital records signed with a different name, but the signature was Luna's, with the same unique flourish. A third was a drawing, a medical reconstruction that didn't look like Luna's face from that night. Liam and Bill were shocked and stared. Bill's face turned red with anger. "This is crazy, RJ. Making things up. You're trying to hurt us, to hurt me." But Liam was especially drawn to one picture. A still from a security camera at a private care home miles outside of Los Angeles. The face in that picture looked very familiar, but it was also very different from the Luna he thought he had lost. The woman in the picture had the same eyes and the same haunting intensity, but her face had been changed so much that it was hard to tell who she was. "Who is that?" Bill asked. Now RJ's voice was just a whisper. "Luna." Bill laughed. "Not possible. Dead is dead." But RJ wasn't done yet. He took out an audio file from his phone. He had gotten the recording from someone inside the police department. There was a faint, distorted voice that was clear. "I want to live, Anna. I will live." The name cut through the room like a knife. "Shut up." Liam's face turned white. He stumbled back, his face showing disbelief and fear. "No," he said softly. "No. It can't be." But the proof was true. Luna Nozawa was breathing in a quiet compound far from the Forrester mansion, tucked away against the rocky hills outside the city. For the first time in what felt like forever, she could breathe without feeling like she was going to die. Her blonde hair was no longer smooth and neat, it was now messy. Her face had changed because of surgery and other things, but it was still very much her own. But her eyes were still the same, burning with fire that wouldn't go out. They told her she was dead. People thought she was dead. But Luna not only lived, she had been kept a secret. She had to be very clever and resourceful to accept her fate after the shooting. She had to pass out as paramedics wheeled her out, be declared dead, and then be finished. But no one knew that Luna had been stopped and saved by someone with motives as shady as her own past. Anna Barrett, a former spy whose grudge against the Spencer family ran deep. Anna had money, secrets, and a plan. She saw Luna as both a weapon and a pawn. "You're alive, Luna," Anna said, her voice as smooth as cold steel. "You can either get revenge or disappear for good now." Luna's eyes opened and closed quickly. She felt pain coming from her like heat from a furnace. She didn't believe Anna, but she also knew that for now she had to play the game to stay alive. "I'm not done," Luna said in a hoarse voice. Anna smiled, but not with warmth. She was thinking, "Good. We have to make them pay if you want justice." The news had hit the Forrester mansion like a bomb. Liam was pacing now, and every line on his face showed how much pain he was in. "Why? Why would someone pretend to be dead?" Liam asked, his voice shaking. "Who gains from this?" Bill, still shaken, looked like he wanted to deny it and bury the truth, acting like it was just another cruel piece of gossip. But there was something in Liam's eyes, pain mixed with stubborn hope, that made Bill face the nightmare head-on. You think she's still alive? Really living? Bill's voice was harsh and brittle with disbelief. Liam said, she has to be. Check out the proof. Check out RJ's proof. RJ stood there, feeling both happy and scared. He wanted the truth to come out, but seeing how sad his brother was made his heart break. Are you okay? RJ asked softly. No, Liam said in a low voice. But maybe this clears up a lot. Bill let out a slow rumble. Okay, if we think she's alive, what do? We don't have any other proof besides that folder. Liam said, then we find it, and his resolve grew stronger. We find her, and we bring her in. In the secret compound, Luna was sharpening her mind with the same intensity she had used to sharpen her obsessions. She had heard bits and pieces of news from the outside world, rumors that her death was being questioned. She had heard someone say her name on a talk show. She had read about it in the headlines of gossip magazines. Luna Nozawa. The dead woman who isn't dead. She felt excited and angry. Anna walked into the dark room with a sleek laptop in her hand. There was a broadcast on screen in which Liam Spencer asked for proof that Luna was still alive. Interesting, Luna said, her eyes narrowing. Very interesting. Anna said, it feels like a trap. Luna laughed, which was a low, creepy sound. Let them follow me. They need to think that I'm still alive. But getting in touch would ruin everything, Anna said in response. Luna's eyes turned. They already know I'm still alive. Anna thought for a moment. This was risky. It's too dangerous. But Luna's mind was already racing ahead, plotting and figuring things out. Liam Spencer, Steffi, Finn. Each name was a thread that made up a tapestry of broken dreams and history that was still going on. And Luna planned to pull on every thread until the whole thing came apart. She moved forward. I want a message sent. Anna raised her eyebrows. Are you sure? I want to talk to Liam in person without any filters, Luna said. Anna thought about it for a moment before nodding. Okay. A chain of events had now begun that would change the lives of Spencer and Forrester forever. The Forresters and Spencers got together the next night, all of them nervous and ready. Liam had put together teams, private investigators, and experts in surveillance. The mansion was full of energy, like an animal sensing a storm. Are you sure about this, Dad? Liam asked Bill. Bill, always the strategist, was looking around the room with a steady gaze. We go quickly. We catch her by surprise. And we get the answers we need. Liam's phone buzzed at that moment. A message came up on the screen. Come to the coordinates. 9 o'clock. If you want proof that I'm still alive. L. Liam's breath caught. Everyone in the room gasped. RJ looked at his brother with fear in his eyes. L. Like Luna. Liam said in a low voice. It has to be. Bill's face got hard. We leave. But we are ready. The rain started again, hard and steady, as the clock ticked toward 9 p.m. Liam and Bill got to the meeting place alone, with only silence and storm clouds around them. There was a clearing ahead, and in the distance lights were flickering. It was a broken-down warehouse that was only half-lit and echoed with a hollow rumble. Hey Liam, Bill said in a low voice. Be careful. Liam said, I will. But his voice didn't sound sure. There seemed to be life in every shadow inside the warehouse. There was one person standing under a hanging light bulb, but you couldn't see her face. In the middle of nowhere, her posture was calm, almost royal. Then she moved forward, and Liam's breath stopped. It was her. But it wasn't. This woman had the same intensity as Luna, but her face was disturbingly different. It had been sculpted, changed, and reshaped. Her emerald eyes were full of recognition, hate, desire, and something much darker. She said, Liam Spencer. And her voice sounded both familiar and strange. Do you miss me? Liam's knees were about to give out. Bill stood with his arms out and his eyes sharp, protecting his son. Who are you? Bill asked. Luna smiled slowly, coldly, and scarily. She said, I am Luna Nozawa. Liam whispered. They said you were dead. And dead I was, she said, until I was born again. At that moment, something unseen broke the world between them. A truth that was more powerful than any gunshot, betrayal, or secret ever kept. And as thunder crashed above, Liam's heart felt like it was breaking in two. He was stuck between the ghost of the woman he used to know and the threat of the force she had become. And Luna smiled, a promise written in fire and anger. Let the truth finally begin. The shadows in the warehouse looked like they were alive, waiting for a spark to start the storm. Liam took a small step forward, keeping his eyes on Luna, or the Luna he thought he knew. Every instinct told him to run away, and every memory of past violence and heartbreak ran through his veins. But there was something else pulling at him. A fragile hope that maybe, just maybe, she could still be reasoned with. "You've been hiding all this time," Liam said, his voice shaking as he tried to hide his fear with authority. "Why? Why pretend to be dead? Why make everyone go through this?" His hands were clenched, as if he were holding on to the last bits of his sanity. Luna tilted her head, letting the tension build. Anna had planned the surgery that changed her face, which made her expression hard to read. "You don't understand, Liam. It wasn't just about living. It was about getting back what they took from me, and making sure they know how much it hurts to betray someone." Her words were full of anger, but there was also a hint of pain underneath them. The girl she used to be was buried deep under all the rage. Bill moved closer to Liam, protective and threatening, but his mind was racing. This wasn't just a get-together. Luna had made the first move in this chess game. "We're not here to mess around, Luna. People's lives were ruined. People died, and you've been alive the whole time? How do we know this isn't just another trick?" Bill's voice was heavy with years of power, manipulation, and survival, like a lion forced to face an equally smart predator. Luna's lips slowly turned into a smile. "Do you really think I'd risk getting caught just to be nice? No, Mr. Spencer. I have power. And soon you'll see how far I'm willing to go." Her eyes darted to the shadows at the edge of the warehouse, where figures in the dark began to move and shift. Liam's heart raced. It wasn't just Luna. She had friends who were ready to help. He was terrified that she had been planning this all along while everyone else was grieving. "Who else is in on this?" he asked. Anna Barrett stepped out of the shadows, calm and calculating, and her presence filled the room. "People think Luna was by herself. They were wrong. For months we've been getting ready for this. Now the stage is set." She looked at Bill and Liam with perfect accuracy. "All that's left to ask is if you're ready to deal with the results?" Bill's jaw tightened, but he walked to the middle of the room and spoke in a calm voice. "We don't make deals when we're being threatened. Do you want to turn this into revenge? Okay, but remember this. We will do whatever it takes to keep our family safe." Luna laughed, and it was low, melodic, and scary. "Family. When they betray you, that word means nothing. They all lied to me, and now you will see the truth. RJ already knows, and soon everyone else will too." Liam's thoughts raced to RJ. His younger brother had been the first to find out that Luna was still alive, putting himself in the middle of this storm. Where was he? And would he be able to protect anyone if Luna was already 5 steps ahead? The lights in the warehouse suddenly flickered violently, and in the chaos, shadows moved with strange accuracy. Luna moved closer to Liam, so that her changed face was only a few inches from his. "Do you know who I am, Liam? Do you really know me?" Her voice was a whisper now, both close and scary. "Or am I just a ghost from your past, following you around and making you think about every choice you've ever made?" Liam stopped moving. There was a truth in what she said that made him feel everything he had ever felt for her. Love, fear, obsession, and the dark twin of obsession, guilt. "Luna. He stopped speaking, and the storm outside seemed to echo the chaos inside him.